The Yoruba civilization has flourished for over 2 millennia in West African savannas and forests. Their religious tradition is known as Due Shersish, meaning the tradition of antiquity. Due Shersi is an intrinsic force shaping Yoruba cultural expressions. This tradition profoundly influences their systems of governance. It also defines their fundamental understanding of destiny and existence. Yoruba cosmology centers on Olódùmarè, the supreme god, as the universe's originator. Olódùmarè is revered as the creator, initiating all existence within the cosmos. Following creation, Olódùmarè delegated the universe's management. This governance was entrusted to a pantheon of divine entities. These entities are known as Òrìṣà, serving as divine intermediaries. The Òrìṣà maintain order and interact with humanity on behalf of Olódùmarè. The transatlantic slave trade involved the forced migration of millions of individuals across the Atlantic Ocean. This involuntary movement led to the widespread dissemination of Òrìṣà traditions. These spiritual and cultural practices originated in West Africa. Upon arrival in the Americas, these traditions established new roots and adapted. They significantly influenced the development of new religious faiths in the region. Examples include Santeria in the Caribbean and Candomblé in Brazil, among others. The Yoruba religion is recognized as the most widespread indigenous African tradition globally. It boasts millions of adherents across various continents, showcasing its extensive reach. Its presence is significant throughout the African continent, particularly in West Africa. The religion has also established a strong following in the Americas, especially in the Caribbean and Brazil. This global distribution highlights the enduring spiritual force and adaptability of Yoruba traditions. Its continued growth reflects its cultural resilience and profound impact on diverse communities worldwide. The Yoruba religion stands apart from many ancient belief systems due to its continuous practice. It has been actively observed and passed down for over 2 millennia. This enduring nature presents unique challenges for historical documentation. Its primarily oral tradition makes historical documentation particularly complex. The Yoruba people maintained a rich cultural heritage without a written language for centuries. Their sacred knowledge, traditions, and history were preserved through oral transmission. This intricate system relied on specialized individuals responsible for memorizing and reciting information. Knowledge was meticulously passed down from one generation to the next, ensuring its accuracy. These oral specialists played a crucial role in maintaining the cultural identity and continuity of the Yoruba. A written language for the Yoruba people was not developed until the 19th century. The Ifa divination system is a comprehensive repository of Yoruba wisdom. It comprises 256 sacred verses, known as Odu, which encode diverse knowledge. These verses encompass history, medicine, philosophy, and ritual. Presented in poetic forms, Ifa priests dedicate decades to mastering these complex poetic forms for divination. Archaeological discoveries provide insights into ancient cultures. Bronze and terracotta heads from Ife date between the 12th and 15th centuries. These artifacts, along with stone figures and shrine remnants, indicate a sophisticated religious culture. This advanced culture existed long before the advent of written historical records. 19th century European accounts of Yoruba religion were shaped by specific historical contexts. These accounts were often influenced by prevailing colonial perspectives of the era. Christian viewpoints also significantly impacted the interpretation and documentation of Yoruba religious practices. Conversely, earlier interactions with Muslim travelers left distinct linguistic traces within Yoruba culture. These interactions also introduced practical elements, reflecting a different form of cultural exchange. The most vital source for understanding Yoruba religion is its living tradition. Millions of practitioners continue to engage in traditional rituals and prayers. They honor the same Òrìṣà deities as their ancestors did. This continuous practice demonstrates the religion's dynamic and organic nature. The enduring adherence to these practices ensures the tradition's vitality and relevance. Olódùmarè holds the highest position in the Yoruba cosmos. This deity is conceptualized as the ultimate source of all existence. Olódùmarè is revered as the owner of all heads, signifying supreme authority. Despite varying linguistic descriptions, Olódùmarè is considered gender-neutral. This supreme being embodies the foundational principles of the Yoruba belief system. Olódùmarè is revered as a distant creator who initiated the universe's existence. After creation, Olódùmarè entrusted universal governance to the Òrìṣà, withdrawing from direct involvement. Consequently, there are no direct temples, priests, or sacrifices dedicated to Olódùmarè. Worship is primarily directed towards the Òrìṣà, who serve as divine intermediaries. Aser is a fundamental concept within the Yoruba religious and philosophical framework. It represents the vital life force, power, and authority that permeates all existence. This force is inherent in deities, humans, and all living beings. Aser also extends to natural elements like rivers, mountains, and even abstract concepts such as words. It signifies the divine energy that enables creation, manifestation, and transformation in the universe. Aser is a fundamental concept, often translated as the empowered word that must come to pass. It represents a divine force that regulates all universal movement and activity. This powerful energy is believed to be the essence of existence and creation. Rituals, prayers, and offerings are performed to harness and direct Aser. The aim is to channel this force towards beneficial outcomes and manifestations. Without Aser, the world would lack vitality, purpose, and the capacity for change. The Yoruba creation narrative begins with a primordial state of existence. Initially, there was only the vast expanse of the sky above. Below the sky lay an endless expanse of primordial waters. Olódùmarè, the supreme being, resided in the heavens. Olódùmarè decided to create dry land, initiating the process for life to flourish. Olódùmarè, the supreme being, initiated the act of creation. Obatala, an arch-divinity, was tasked with this significant creation. Obatala descended from the celestial realm using a golden chain. He carried a snail shell filled with soil, a five-toed chicken, and a palm kernel. These items served as essential tools for the creation process. The Yoruba creation myth describes the formation of earth at Ife. The deity Obatala initiated creation by pouring soil onto the primordial waters. A chicken was then released, tasked with scattering the soil. The chicken's actions formed a large mound, signifying the emergence of the first dry land. This location was named Ife, holding profound cultural and spiritual significance. Ife is revered as the world's navel and the cradle of humanity within Yoruba tradition. Obatala, a divine figure, began the sacred task of sculpting human forms from clay. He meticulously shaped each figure, intending to create perfect beings. However, during this creative process, Obatala consumed palm wine. The intoxicating effects of the wine caused him to fall into a deep stupor. Consequently, some of the human figures he sculpted emerged imperfect. These imperfections manifested as twisted limbs or conditions like albinism. Olódùmarè observed Obatala's initial creations, which were not perfect. These creations included individuals with various disabilities. Olódùmarè then issued a decree concerning these individuals. The decree declared that all individuals with disabilities would be sacred to Obatala. Obatala's devotees were strictly forbidden from harming them, establishing a principle of reverence. Olódùmarè initiated creation by gathering cosmic gases, leading to a powerful explosion. This cosmic event resulted in the formation of the sun, a celestial body. The sun's heat then dried the primordial land, transforming clay figures into living beings. The breath of life, known as Emi, was subsequently released into these figures. This act animated them into conscious beings, the first inhabitants of Ife and ancestors of humanity. Ife is revered as Ifudai, signifying its status as the cradle of existence in Yoruba cosmology. This designation stems from its foundational role in the creation narratives of the Yoruba people. Every Yoruba king traces their royal lineage directly back to this sacred city, affirming its historical significance. Furthermore, each Òrìṣà maintains a dedicated shrine in Ife, underscoring its spiritual and cultural importance. The Abasa embody Olódùmarè's manifestations within the world, representing divine presence. They function as natural forces, deified ancestors, and intermediaries between humanity and the Supreme Being. Their number is vast, ranging from hundreds to thousands, reflecting diverse spiritual roles. Some Òrìṣà are revered across all of Yoruba land, while others hold significance only locally. Ọbàtálá is revered as the purest Òrìṣà, often called the king of the white cloth. He holds the significant role of sculpting human forms, symbolizing creation. Ọbàtálá embodies profound attributes, including creativity and moral clarity. Purity is another core aspect of his being, central to his veneration. Devotees of Ọbàtálá traditionally wear white garments to honor his purity. They also abstain from palm wine, recalling his primordial intoxication as a cautionary tale. Odùduwà is revered as the progenitor of the Yoruba people, a foundational figure in their history and culture. He is recognized as the inaugural king of Ife, the ancient city considered the spiritual homeland of the Yoruba. All Yoruba monarchs trace their ancestral lineage directly back to Odùduwà, solidifying his royal importance. Odùduwà's role is often discussed in relation to Ọbàtálá, another significant deity in Yoruba cosmology. Their relationship is complex, sometimes depicted as rivals, other times as complementary forces in creation. His shrine in Ife remains a profoundly sacred site, central to Yoruba religious and cultural practices. Rúnmìlà is revered as the deity of wisdom and divination in Yoruba tradition. He witnessed the unfolding of destiny during the creation of the universe. Rúnmìlà reveals individual fates and destinies through the Ifa divination system. His communication is not direct, but through symbolic patterns. These patterns are created by the arrangement of palm nuts during divination rituals. The patterns are interpreted through associated poetic verses, guiding individuals.